Welcome to OOOF My Wallet, a production of the TF Talk Network. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. And follow us on Patreon and all other social channels at TFYLP. Enjoy the show. Merry, merry OOOFMAS. It's the fucking show of the year, the last show of the year. Merry OOOFMAS.
Is that even true?
Technically, there's going to be a show. It's the last live show, yeah. Well, no, not necessarily. We may be live next week. I don't know.
Well, it's the last OOF because I ain't doing one next Wednesday. That's for sure.
Ooh.
Are we doing a real OOF tonight, or is it? Aren't we just showing like one thing off? I guess we'll find out.
It's OOOFMAS, man. I mean, like, why would we? We can do whatever we want. We can break the rules.
I was not prepared to do OOOFMAS. I just showed up for my.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you
yeah.
just
You just told us,
and there are these weird.
You told us to show
here.
up, Paul.
Hey, you know, the world is your oyster, and we have a special guest here. This is Mr. Ari himself. You may have seen him before on the show. He is a notable human being, which I'll let him tell you why, but we really appreciate you coming tonight. Fill out the ranks, because everyone else has families and are busy. They're like human beings. What's up with that?
What nerds? Come on. Who has lives? Anyway, I'm Megatronus on the Sabertron.com Twincast podcast. And I'm, oh my god, identity is revealed. What are we going to do? But now I'm here. No, please.
There you go.
We don't even know how many people listen, but we're confident we can count them on our two hands. So
yeah, you never know. But if you're on
Must
YouTube,
be nice to have two hands.
I think we've actually had a fair amount of people from Sabertron on the show at one point or another, right? Because Scotty and Claire have both been on. I mean, it's not like it's a regular occurrence, but
no, but we like the crossover events. You know, like we like getting our chocolate and our peanut butter, etc. You know, that's the best combination that there is.
Well, I mean, last I heard that Mr. Starscream guy has kind of jumped ship and he does episodes on your show.
Ugh, that douche! Please don't get me started on that guy.
He used to make a pretty sick show on this channel, but I mean, he got, I don't know, he got bored.
He got his balls busted, I guess. I don't know. What happened to that guy?
He got ball screamed.
We were just thinking about that when we went over the news for the year. We're like, man, if only we had someone actually talking about the news, on a semi-regular basis. But we don't have that anymore. So
You can still watch all the old episodes if you want to wax poetic on 2021, like week by week. They're on a playlist on Transformers for your listening pleasure YouTube page.
What wasn't that show from 2019? Or is it 2020?
I'm pretty sure
I don't remember.
He did some in 2020, but
yeah.
could have fooled me. I don't know.
2020, dumpster fire of a year. I try not to look back that far. Looking back on the current year is stressful enough. Going back that far. Oof, man, time machine.
I'm not looking forward to the next one either. I just don't expect much better to happen. Except in Transformer Land, I'm ready for the legacy. I'm ready for NPM Blackout.
NPM Blackout will be sweet. Legacy, very worried about the logo looking like the old Marvel Legends logo and being like, how much of this is going to be just like Iceman and they're trying to repackage it as a Transformer? I don't know. It's not going to be good.
Big Daddy Reviews, not doing much on a Thursday night before Christmas, saying hello.
What up, Big Daddy Reviews? Know that guy.
Yeah, we're doing things a little different. We're not we're reacting immediately right now.
I mean,
Also,
the question though is our
that's Lucas, that's Paul.
Oh, yeah.
We're on some show tonight. Only
Yeah,
one's got
yeah,
two news. I took care of the rest of them.
Thank you.
The question too is that our regular listeners for microcasters are used to tuning into Facebook, and yet we're on YouTube. So I don't know. Hopefully, did you post a link to this in on the Facebook here, Paul?
I was so
Well, here,
busy.
let me
so
do
busy
it while
making
you're
sweet
Jesus.
thumbnails.
I don't even know where we are. I don't even know what show this is. What are we doing?
I don't
Made
even
a
know.
thumbnail.
That's where are we? What are we doing?
Where am
I
I?
thought I wasn't going to be here. I told Lucas like 10 minutes ago that I was like, hey, I can be on the show now because my plans fell through.
Big,
And also
Big
remembered it was
Daddy-
Thursday.
Big Daddy said hi to you directly, Christian.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Like I said,
Paul,
we know
you
each other.
said there'd be
We
hot
talk.
dogs. Where's the food?
I think it'd be hot dogs. I
don't
remember
know.
that. Hey, Jay Holla, what's up? Sorry I roasted you on the page. That happens.
Sorry, you could be Jay Howard now. It has been me. Maybe we can.
So
not be
the
enemies anymore.
funny thing with Jay is that with that post, Paul, is that you and I have been keep having this debate ourselves.
We do all the
about
time.
mint and seal box, because every time that I complain about getting something that was not mint and seal box, you're like, too bad, so sad. You should have ordered like 5 cases like me
That's what you
pick
get.
through each one.
Well, my real philosophy on this is that if you like, I'm a mint and sealed box collector. I have been for a long time. It's not the only thing I do.
Weirdo.
And I understand it's weird, but a lot of people think it's like their God-given right to get a mint package when they order something online. I'm like, bro, you cannot expect like gradable quality shit that's been through the postal service at all, especially from any retailer ever. It's just not part of the plan. It's the item inside that matters.
But here's my question is what grade should you expect? Like, okay,
Zero.
for example,
Zero.
For example,
that is what you.
some of the Ghostbusters figures that I got last year from Walmart or whatever, when I ordered it online, they actually took the card back and bent it over the front of it.
Good,
Here's the
because you know what
question,
that card back
Did-
is? It's for hanging on a fucking
toy
hook
make it
that
to
is no
your
longer there.
house intact?
What's that?
Did the toy inside make it to your house intact?
Did
Yes.
Congratulations, you got it.
You got what you paid for. Way to go! You did it. You didn't get
I
something
don't
like
know.
this, you know?
We can't even see that, Paul.
Yeah, you can. It's a box.
It's black. It's
Why?
Oh, you guys
glitching
can't
out.
see it, but everyone else can on the
okay.
YouTube.
Oh, 'cause-
Oh
This
man.
basically, I'm just saying, like, you should expect to get this in the mail from Amazon, from Kmart, from balls.com, and you can have it and you
don't
can
order
like it
from balls.com.
as long as the thing inside does not get destroyed. If your box looks like this, chances are the thing inside got broken. So then you have a right to talk to your retailer and be like, hey, you know, something bad happened. Can you fix it?
Paul, you
And
said it was
they should
OOFMAS.
fix
What are we
it.
doing here?
We're ranting. We're raving.
No, we're not ranting.
are
This is the
oofing.
half-hour show, bro. What are you doing?
Half-hour show.
Let me pick up that rant. It drives me
this
nuts.
isn't Microcaster.
Drives me nuts when people think that mint in sealed box means mint box. Those are different things.
Oh, yeah,
Those are
that's
different
correct.
things, people. Mint in sealed box, that applies to the figure in a box that is sealed.
Yeah.
Mint box means the box is mint. Those are different things. People will contact me after a sale and say, hey man, the corner's dinged. You said this was mint in sealed box. I'm like, is the box sealed? Yeah. Is the figure inside fine? Yeah. There's mint in fucking sealed box.
Yeah. I agree with you. And I think it comes with age and like being in the thing for 10 years. If you're a new collector and you're like burning hot and you're like, I might do sealed box stuff, yeah, you might just instantly think everything should be perfect. I'm saying you can get a case of sealed product of 8 of the same thing, and all but one of them could be what you'd consider Gem Mint 10. That's from the manufacturer. Like, you just cannot. You have to work for that. You have to go searching in stores, find the one that just like recently got laid on the shelf, and maybe it's perfect, and then you get it, and because you see it,
And then don't drop it.
and don't drop it. I have dropped many boxes. Like, well, that's no longer. Yep, that's done. It's just a box now.
Or do the cool thing and don't care about that because
There
that
you
will
go.
drive you crazy.
So
We're
my
already
thing
crazy
is
about
though is that there's been very few things that I've wanted to keep in the box. So like some of the G1 reissues that we recently had from Walmart, some of those crossover figures, things like that. Like there's been a few where I've wanted to keep it in there. And so it just frustrates me when I actually like the one figure out of 100 that I want to actually keep in sealed box or whatever, and then the box comes all mangled. Like that's my luck is that I could have 100 figures that I opened up and ripped open and whatever, and like the boxes were totally perfect. And the one I want to keep in the box is some mangled up. That's all I'm saying.
Well, here's another thing. If you wanted to, if you change your perspective and wanted everything mint and sealed box, you'd be batting 99 out of 100.
There you
You're
go.
like, well, only one of them got messed up, but instead it just happened to be the one. 1 out of 100.
Sounds like your approach to collecting is extremely contrarian. That's what it sounds like to me.
Ooh. You know,
Mine
Lucas
or
is
Paul's?
the main host.
No, Lucas. No, to say, oh, those 100 perfect boxes. Fuck those. I'm gonna open them. This one imperfect box. Oh, I needed that perfect and sealed.
Which figure was it, Lucas? I don't remember. Like, was it
What's that?
with when the package showed up, kind of junky?
Well, I mean, I've had the Ghostbusters, the Ectotron or whatever, like that was a little bit messed up. But the one that, again, that I really complained about is where the guy literally took the Ghostbusters packaging and like bent it. I was like, come on, I totally understand if it's well packaged and it just happens to get messed up. Like it is what it is. You know what I mean? But like if the seller, you know, I mean, it's the same thing we complain about people on eBay, right? Like, I'm sure that you've had where you've bought things on eBay and somebody just like did not package it well at all. And then like, even if it comes, you know, and it's okay, you're like, come on, dude. Like, you didn't put any kind of, you know, like bubble wrap in there. You didn't
It does blow my mind, the lack of like awareness that some sellers have. It's like, was this your first day on the job and you just sold me a $600 transformer and you put toilet paper as packaging material? What are you doing? You know, it's just, that's why I guess what I'm saying is if you're that particular, you need to go to the shows and you need to walk around the sales floors. You need to meet the people and you need to see the item, inspect the item, buy the item. That's the best way to get that kind of crazy stuff.
So
we
Phil
have
in the chat.
We gotta get off of this. This is not what we came to talk about.
I don't even know what we came to talk about. You haven't told
Phil
me
in the
yet.
chat has a question for you, Paul. He asked, is a toy complete if it doesn't have instructions?
I do not believe that question was directed at me.
Yeah, no, it is not. It is not complete
okay.
without the paperwork. That is.
Yes, it is.
It stands.
Get away. It is complete if it doesn't have instructions. As long as it has all its accessories.
We are.
But paperwork is an accessory that comes
Paperwork is
in
not an
paper
accessory.
form.
Nope.
This is something you misunderstand, Christian.
You are just wrong, Ari. I'm sorry.
This is why. This is why you sleep in dumpsters.
But
I
Why
wish
no
I
one
had
will
some
ever love you,
dumpster
because this is
sleep
an
in.
incorrect perspective to have.
Oof! Big oof! First big oof of the night.
so,
Ari scores a direct hit.
No one
Suck
will
my
ever
nut.
but Christian,
love
if there's no instructions in there, you might be forced to watch a YouTuber review on transforming the figure. So, and no one wants to do that.
Can I give the final word on this? And this is not the source of this hilarity. We're kind of off base of it because there's still. It's an inside joke. We're not going to go
it's
there.
an inside joke.
But as
A lot
far
of
as
people are on the inside
as far as is a toy complete when it has instructions, we're talking about a loose item at this point, a used item out of box, right?
Right.
Is it complete without instructions? Is that the question?
Yes.
Yes, it's complete without instructions because it's not the toy.
Get
That
fucked, Ari.
it's not but it's not. I would not call it an accessory either. I would just call it paperwork. And
Don't
it's-
tempt me. I will get fucked.
Fucked
I will.
again.
Okay, so here's the real question: is
Rob also
the
agrees.
cards that come with the figures now? Do you have to put those things in
No,
now?
it's also paperwork. Get it out.
So it
Sell that-
depends.
Sell it separately.
I'd say
Scotty
it
P.
depends. if it's like a Titan's Return type figure where the card is specific to the character, then it's the same level of as instructions. If it's like a Kingdom toy where it's like every fucking Kingdom toy comes with a Megatron or Arc card, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would more agree with that. Yeah.
I actually had someone on eBay that I had a third-party figure that I was selling, and it, a lot of times they come with like an upgrade for another figure, right? Or like a fix or whatever, right? And so it was a fans project figure, and I listed it as complete, and the guy was like, "Oh, it didn't come with the upgrade for the other figure, so it's not complete." So he forced me to ship him this other thing. So I had to like disassemble this other figure because it was like an upgrade, like hips or something like that for one of the other Dinobots. And I had to ship it to him because like I didn't want to have to deal with like having him ship it back and a refund and all that. I was like, fine, whatever. Like you take it, I'll deal with it.
As soon as you said upgrade hitch, I was like, are we talking a Transformer or a Honda? Like,
no, hips. Sorry, hips.
Thank you for clarifying.
Hips don't
lie.
All right, should we get into this? Should we get OOOFMAS?
What is
All
this,
right.
Paul? You have to tell us because I have no idea.
Have you been on the show, Christian? Are you a cast member of TFYLP?
This is Microcasters. What happened to my show?
When was this ever Microcasters?
I thought this was a
show for bronies.
This is OOOFMAS.
No one told. I showed up for my normal show at my normal time, and you people were here.
Oh, well, it's mine now. I took it over. Sorry, bro. I hope
I
you
have
stay.
no idea what's happening.
Well, it's OOOF My Wallet, a show where we generally go around round robin style and share new items we have recently purchased. Almost always Transformers, but not exclusive. You could show off a coffee pot if you want, but it sounds pretty stupid and uninteresting. So we do prefer that they are Transformers. And the host usually begins. So I was thinking I would start off with something a little gold. Something little, like the Super 7 Optimus and Megatron in gold. Gold Lagoon.
Lame.
Picked them up today.
Lame.
You know what? Pretty dumb. But the packaging definitely looks awesome. Like it's a pretty. These are almost better mint on sealed card just because the artwork's so good.
One can argue that all Super 7 figures are better mint on sealed card than out of package, but
yeah, you could definitely. Make
we will leave that for another day. Is that metallic? Is it metallic packaging? Shiny?
Yeah. It's got some foil on it. It's gold. It's just very warm and colorful. So.
I did grab the Santa Prime that looks like that last week.
Yeah, I need to get that. I really want. I mean, they're gonna do like, it's what they need to do, and what I was expecting maybe this year was Siege Optimus Prime in Santa colors with the Santa hat or something.
I would have loved that. I would have bought the crap out of that.
Yeah, it would be. I know they did it with Star Wars.
Yep.
Like Transformers fans would have eaten that stuff up even more than the Star Wars fans did. I can't really explain why, but they need to do that shit. If it got people to buy one of these, a lot of people that wouldn't usually buy these to finally do it, like that should tell you something.
So week 0, Star Wars fan community last year was like, this is stupid. Why are we buying these repaints? Or why do they want us to buy these repaints? And then week 1 and week 2, it was like, I gotta get them all. It was very, very much a flip. Very quick.
Now there's a second wave that didn't make it out. Where will we see it eventually?
Probably in March.
What wave?
Probably in March.
The one with Reflector and Prowl and RC?
No, another wave of
Star Wars.
Christmas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Troopers.
Well, yeah, those look like I was so happy to see those because it's like, oh, now the first year one's gonna be worth a fuck ton more. Like that's great because now you're gonna want to go back and get them because I think they look awesome. I think it's
They
cute.
do.
I want Transformers to do that.
I just want to know where's my Hanukkah trooper. What the fuck?
We need
What
that.
the fuck, bro? The Hassenfeld brothers, Jews. Give me a fucking Hanukkah stormtrooper.
I would love that actually. Like what
I'm
isn't
down for
isn't
that.
it a Family Guy where Optimus goes into the synagogue and like transforms the
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Peter, you were definitely invited. It just wasn't. It was into the chat. So join us if you'd like. We're only on.
I was gonna say you can.
We've only gone one round, and I'm the only one that's gone in the first 20 minutes because we were on.
I can't even reach what I have because I wasn't told what
I
this
was gonna say I didn't realize it was a. You knew
it was OOOF My Wallet, and you thought it was, hey, let's talk about the Bears.
I didn't know that. That's the thing. I didn't know. We've already gone over this.
Merry Christmas,
I'm trying to think
guys.
if I even have anything.
Merry
there you go.
Christmas to all.
Oh man.
Well, Ari,
So how many round robins? How many round robins are there? Is it just until people are exhausted from chatting with one another?
I mean, it's the last one of the year. I don't. Why put a limit on it?
All
I'm
right.
gonna mute myself and go off camera and go grab some stuff.
All right, Ari,
I'm trying to
Ari
think
will
what
go
I
next,
even have.
and that gives everyone a chance to scramble.
So, OOOF My Wallet. I got Road
Oh.
Ranger and Puffer, and they're awesome. I love them. They're like, Huffer, you look at Huffer, and he's just like this whiny guy, but then you look at these two, and they're like the Transformers equivalents of dwarfs. They're like stout, cool, and sturdy. I don't know. They're nice.
That's actually a really good description.
I'm very impressed with them. And they do, I mentioned this on the Twincast podcast, but I love how they do the same color paint on the same color plastic. So for Road Ranger, he has a orange painted face shield on top of his orange plastic. And it really pops. It's like, it's maybe it doesn't pop. It's subtle, but it's a really nice touch. And the same thing goes with Puffer. He has like an off-white paint on top of his face shield on top of his helmet, which is great. So there's not much to say about these guys outside of the fact that they are bitchin', and that's not a word I, deploy lightly for little hunks of plastic, but they're great, and you should get them. Golden Disc collection has been pretty nice so far.
I haven't heard anyone mention the two-tone on that. I didn't even know there was a two-tone, like orange.
Yeah, it's really good. Nice touch.
I'm so happy they made Puffer. Like that is, I love it when a fan term gets like canonized in a way, and Puffer is definitely one of those things. It's a very cool piece.
I could just see him in Beachcomber, like ditching class, playing hooky, and smoking a joint in the back of the bowling alley. Like that's just what happens.
Green Energon.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's a good set. I mean, I think it's still available on Amazon right now. I think
it is.
They got their stock early and were able to overorder from their pre-orders, I guess. And it's I'd get it while the getting's good.
Yeah, I got a couple just because they're great, and I want one mint in sealed box.
Well, didn't that come in a container?
It came in a shipper, yeah.
So that's great. Like those things from Amazon that come in a shipper, sure, they put the label right on that shipper box and send it, but the thing inside is usually case fresh.
Well, when you buy a couple, they send the shipper boxes in another box.
Oh, that's right, they do.
And then suddenly you're the sea of boxes, I guess.
Mint and sealed shipper box.
My Puffer and Road Ranger set came together with my jackpot.
Nice.
One was in the shipper box. One was not in the shipper box. And they were in the same box together. It was weird.
That is weird.
As someone that buys large quantities of things from Amazon quite often, I can tell you there's no rhyme or reason. It is just time of day, person on the shift, how they read the instructions.
Or warehouse. Like a lot of these things, they might come from different warehouses, so who knows?
So buy many, buy often, and then return. Not sound advice. So are you done, Ari, on round one?
Round one done.
Nothing else to say about it?
They're great. There's nothing else to say. You should buy them.
Well,
you should oof yourself. Oof yourself. I mean, but do that privately.
Yeah.
But get this set.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, Lucas.
Yeah, my set's
ready?
not coming till tomorrow, but I'm getting those too. So I don't really have much. So I guess I'll just show off something that I haven't shown off for don't think I've shown off on the show, but I did finally get the bump of chicken bee here. So this is, I've been wanting to get this for a while, and I didn't get in on it initially, and so I was trying to go through and negotiate it with with someone to try and find a good price. And when I was doing that, I was like, well, I'm just going to check eBay and see what they have. And I found like a bunch of sellers from Japan have it for like super cheap. So, or, not super cheap, but whatever.
Well, like what, like 90, 100 bucks, something like that?
I think it was like 80.
Oh,
That's good.
That's really good.
Yeah. So yeah, like I didn't get it initially, and I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like I really kind of wanted to have the blue Bumblebee, even though this mold is not the best, but whatever.
It's a beautiful color. It's powder blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really cool.
You can paint your baby boy's room in that powder blue. That's how powder blue it is. It's beautiful.
And I haven't opened yet. It's still mint in sealed box.
Whoa! No dings.
That's very important.
Oh, the box isn't. As we said, it's mint inside of a sealed box.
It's not
okay.
box. Important distinction to make.
There's a couple dings on the corners and stuff. It's not too bad. The seller actually packaged it very well from Japan, but it's still, who knows how it was before.
They're usually pretty good about that, packaging it up good. I think like a rerun of that toy was produced. That might be why there's like an influx of them in Japan, because originally I think you had to be at this concert to get that. So like,
oh really?
Yeah, like it was at the merch table of the concert.
Out
of there. So
that's fun.
Yeah, that's a cool toy. I mean, I think you should open it, check it out. It looks
I
really
will
good.
at some point.
You have to do it in the privacy of your own space, your own home. Oof.
There you go. Cut the tape here.
Don't oof yourself. Okay, Christian, do you know what planet you're on now? You're on planet Oof, not planet
Yes,
Micro?
I am prepared. I've
Awesome.
migrated.
Do it.
So
do it now.
you guys know I don't buy third-party stuff a lot anymore. But I recently received one of the 5 third-party figures I bought this year for my birthday. I didn't buy 5 for my birthday. I bought one of the 5 and received it on my birthday, which was last week. And
Happy birthday.
thank you. It is Fans Hobby Nightbeat.
Ooh.
He is kind of neat. He's based on their Minerva, but he's gotten some, beefier parts to make him look more masculine rather than feminine. And he's neat. I don't know. I like Nightbeat. This is the coolest looking Nightbeat we have so far. He's here. Goes.
Whoa, Santa Claus has joined us. How nice of you,
Sup?
Santa.
Santa Phil.
What's up, Oof Bros?
Merry Oofmas.
So Paul, the question is will you be able to figure out how to get Phil into the video here on YouTube?
Yeah, he's there.
Is he?
Yeah, dog.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Look at you. Figured it out.
Yeah,
Ghost of Christmas Future, man.
I don't have a ton of time to be on here tonight.
Well, you better
My
show us
wife
something.
is a-
Pay the
My
toll.
wife is a Festivus baby, so it's her birthday, and yeah. So I got the anti-oof. And I already bragged about this to Paul. Made him cry because I got these after only going to one store after he hit like 20. I got pipes and I got slammer.
Oh.
And I got them on sale.
What's the sale?
$14 at Target.
They're on sale.
See, I
Not
didn't
in
even
every
think
Target.
about that.
On sale.
This is old news for me. I've had these for a while, so
I have
Paul,
had
look at
Slammer
this.
for a
Look
week.
at this. We got
Anna picked up a
3
pipe
cast
song.
members. You've got 3 cast members that have these toys, and you don't.
Oh,
What are you doing?
I've already had many of them. But they fall
Whatever.
through your fingers like tears in the rain.
Whatever. I have them, and I got them
That's
for
great.
anti-oof prices. Don't steal my thunder.
Not everything.
Don't steal my thunder.
That is an anti-oof. If I had you know what I need? I need a backwards big oof, and that can be like he's like. Ooh.
Is it just Dave Grohl?
He's like unhappy to have, and he's like, oh, everything's cool. That means it's a good deal and not an oof.
No,
I will do that in 20. That's
my
New Year's resolution.
I got 5 minutes to jump on and say that before I have to go and spend time with my wife again.
Show us those again. Show us those again. Pipes and Slammer.
That's so bad.
So
this one is the one This is the one I'm keeping or I'm opening because there's something in here. This is not a rattle. This is a toy with a loose part in there. And then we got pipey pipes, and for those of you who watched TFYLP Monday night, mine and Lucas's one of our top toys of 2021 was Huffer here. So now I got the repaint, and I got yesterday the same gold disc set that Ari just talked about. So I'm ready to lay some pipe.
In Wabasha County.
So Merry Festivus, everybody.
Yeah.
Festivus.
Happy birthday to your wife.
So Festivus. When are we gonna get? All right, Ari. You want a Hanukkah Stormtrooper? When are we gonna get? When are we gonna get a Festivus Stormtrooper or a Festivus Mandalorian?
Look, I want everything. I want a Kwanzaa Trooper. I want a Diwali Trooper. I want a New Year's Trooper.
I think we need like
I find tinsel distracting.
Pagan ritual that was erased by Christmas Trooper.
Throw it back even further. Throw me some Halloween troopers. Those look great.
Give me a
Get a solstice Trooper for Eric.
Solstice Trooper.
All right. On that, Phil, thanks for joining us. Before things get out of
Merry
hand.
Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy New Year's.
They're arguably already out of hand.
Bye, John.
We will bid Phil adieu. Thank you for joining in. Will there be a ghost of Christmas past that comes in before the end of tonight? Or the ghost of 2022? We'll have to see. You just don't know what's to come on OOOFMAS. OOOFMAS night. How long has it been? We are almost at an hour. No, we're not. We're at half.
Now we're at 30 minutes.
It's crazy. It feels like it was way longer.
Has it felt like that long? Apologies.
Yeah. Christian, did we even get to you? What was the thing you showed?
Yeah, he showed off.
It was Night Beat,
yeah. Yeah, Night Beat.
Yeah, it's third-party trash. That's why it's hard for me to see that stuff. I forgot.
I did want to say one thing because Phil interrupted, but I'm glad he did. The flame paint decals that they've done on this looks really good.
Yeah, that does look good.
I just love it. That's for the vehicle mode door right there. It's fantastically done. Well done, Fans Hobby.
Yeah, that's
Ian,
a good.
Christian.
That's a good tempo. It's like 2 or 3 layers there.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
So how much was that?
70-ish.
Cool. And do you have the Minerva
not
as
bad.
well?
I don't. This was the first one I got.
You just wanted Night Beat.
Yeah.
Cool. Night Beat.
I don't like Minerva enough to stand alone, but I do like Night Beat enough for him to stand alone.
The cheese stands alone.
It's true.
These are true words. So that's our first round.
I like Swiss.
Unless Destron Peter wants to show up.
No, I already asked him. He said he would rather just throw insults from the comments.
All right. Well, that's always fun. You know, that's actually, you can do a lot with the written word versus the spoken. So we're going to move on to round 2. We're going to talk about PFBB. Here he is.
That color did not come out how I thought it
Premium
would.
finish. Premium finish. So
Does it feel premium?
I feel like it doesn't look that premium from here.
you know what? I saw some of the photos as well, and it looked kind of suspect. But now that I have it here, I'm like, oh, they put a lot of paint apps on this. Like, there's all these copper paint apps and a gold one too. And this toy is like super hard to find. Just the 18 BB. the actual original Studio Series one. So I think in the end, this will probably be pretty sought after, just because of the mold.
I don't know if they watch our classic Microcasters episode, they know that we all hated that mold.
Doesn't matter, man. That's great that you three human beings didn't like it. I think the general toy buying community is the one that dictates that is a very sought after mold.
The garbage mold.
Yeah, it's Bumblebee. Bumblebee from his flagship film. So
Well,
anyways,
luckily
true.
they don't have that many Bumblebees that have come out though. So.
right. I mean,
It's true. Bumblebees are so rare.
Yeah.
there's a
It's not like he has a
real
whole
Bumblebee
line.
glut
That's retarded.
these days. But anyways, I would say this turned out pretty cool. They should have painted the VW logo on here though, like silver, if it was going to be premium finish. So, skip it if you want, but I think I like some of these premium finish toys, especially the Optimus, because I like the green. The green
windows.
Yeah, it looks
The
good.
green is nice. They should have just done that in the Netflix one.
Well, of
Yep.
course, but they did not. Well, that was the Earthrise version, though.
Either one. I don't care.
Well, I guess he was the same the whole way through, right? So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I just like the PF toys. It's kind of a throwback. It's a Takara throwback thing.
Yeah,
Like,
you like the PF toys. I wonder why.
well, I like that part of it too. But it reminds me of like some of those weird lines where Takara would just like Cloud. You remember Cloud?
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
That release schedule or marketing plan is very similar to how the PF stuff works. It's like a new toy every month.
Cloud.
Yeah, that's an awesome toy. That was a really good.
Yeah.
He hangs out on my desk.
One.
Yup.
Okay,
He makes
Yeah.
Lucas jealous.
Yeah, thanks, Christian.
so that's it for the PF stuff. I just kind of knew. So
All
that's
right.
you, Ari.
I guess I'm next. So this one is venturing outside of the Transformers realm for a little bit, but very topical, given the holiday season. It's Krampus.
Whoa!
Whoa! It's what a figure from German folklore.
It's not a Transformer.
A demon that uses sticks to gather children and put them in his little basket. So I don't know why I'm like taking on the voice of an old Jewish woman in her 70s who smokes a lot. I don't know. But in a little basket over here, and he's got some jingle bells. You hear that? Yeah.
Oh.
That's some real bell action. You won't find that on a Transformer. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So what
Not
toy
yet.
line is that?
So this is from Four Horsemen Studios. It's related to Mythic Legions, if you ever heard of that, which is their fantasy line. And this is kicking off a new series for them, Figura Obscura, which is very pretentious sounding, but it just means, hey, these are characters that don't fit into our other lines, but we wanted to make anyway for money. And so this is what it is. So it's Krampus. They revealed him like 2 weeks ago, and he shipped a week later, and he's pretty cool.
Wow, that's pretty wild.
It's crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
he's Krampus. It's a fantastic sculpt. He looks really good. So
Your camera stays in focus when you get it pretty close. That's nice.
does it? It's just my onboard laptop Mac camera.
Rob is plagued with like a very short focal length on his, and so anytime he puts a head up to it, it gets all blurry and crap.
Not the only short length. Not going there. So, whoa, what happened to Lucas? Was he gone?
He's coming back, I think.
He's
You have
left
to go
us.
find more stuff.
He's left us forever. So yeah, Krampus is really cool. What else does he come? So he comes with the sticks, comes with the bells, comes with the basket, some alternate hands and accessories. This weird, like chain, for some reason. I don't think that's part of the folklore, but bam, he has it. So
It's like some Castlevania shit.
yeah, basically. Sculpt is amazing, great tail. The head is really fantastic. I love the horns on this guy. We'll probably come out with a colorway at some point. But oh, and the twine thing to hold the basket, and you have to like tie that yourself. So it's pretty nice. Anyway, very impressed. And as just like this one-off, if you're like not into Mythic Legions, but you're like, oh, that looks pretty neat. It's a nice one-off figure just to have around. He's fairly posable. Nothing to write home about in that department, but it gets the job done. But yeah, that's about it. Krampus, because it's Christmas time, and we want the children to fear for their lives.
So how much
Yay.
was that?
This was $49.99 plus tax and shipping. But on the aftermarket right now, I'm seeing going for $125 to $150, which is a pretty good markup, all things considered.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Were they made to order?
No, it was like a surprise, like, hey, we're announcing this thing. It's going to be on our store. And then it was on their store, and they had sales at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., I believe, or 9 a.m. or 8 p.m. They had a morning sale and an evening sale. Each lasted like a couple hours, but unless like you follow them and are in the know, it is likely that you missed out. So
It's really cool of them to do 2 different times.
Yeah, it was nice. They had a bundle. Like you could buy, a bundle that included some Christmas cards that had like a nice little illustration of Krampus walking up to a house, a mug, some other stuff. Pretty cool.
Sounds
It's a nice package. It's a good bundle. It was a nice package.
Yeah, that toy. I caught a lot of chatter about that, but I was like, I don't fucking care about this. But like, it's interesting to see now to see in real life. Like, that's the thing everyone was talking about. That
Yeah, this is the thing. It's like it's unique. It's different than what most people will have in their collection. And even though it's mostly reused parts from their existing lines, if you're not familiar with it, it looks very intricate and novel.
Yeah.
So, and the packaging was cool too. It had it was like a clamshell, like magnetic clamshell, and like the magnetic part that came off became a backdrop for the figure, which was very interesting and different. Wish I had brought the packaging up to show you guys that, but I didn't have that foresight. It's okay. It's fine. It's really fine. I'm not going to kick myself later. 40 lashes, etc., etc.
Well, I am shocked that thing was only $50. It looks like a $70, $80 thing to me, but
yeah, I mean, their standard stuff, if you order direct from them, is like anywhere from 25 to 40, and so it had like deluxe packaging and such, so $50 wasn't.
So it was still a little more expensive than
too out of reach. Yeah, it's more expensive than the usual, but not
cool.
Exorbitant.
Well, Lucas,
someone
next,
with
right?
a Transformer toy can go next, or not. Whatever. Keep it loose. I don't know the rules. I'm new. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
We usually go in an order, and I think Lucas is next.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've shown this off, and it's not new, but it's the Jurassic Park set.
Nice.
I do feel like this is a little bit of an oof. It's a relatively expensive set.
Yep. It was like what, $105?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. It looks really cool, though. I mean, I love the scene that they have, on here with them chasing the car and whatnot. So,
Are you gonna open that?
I think so at some point. I just haven't yet. So,
Well, if the box
part
is
of my
mint,
stockpile.
maybe you shouldn't open it because a mint box
that
is so
is
rare.
true. That is true. It is a pretty mint box. So,
Those don't just grow on the mint tree.
that is true.
I like that set. I thought it was really cool, the way they posted in there and everything. But I don't know if you look at the toy aisle, especially at a Target right now. There's this other Jurassic Park set that looks like the same thing, and I always have to do a double take.
There's definitely gonna be some disappointed kids on Saturday.
Yeah,
It's funny. Somebody was talking about that in our local Transformers Facebook group they're like, oh yeah, I went to Target and they saw that set and then they were super disappointed because they're like, oh wait, this isn't it.
yeah.
I've done double takes at least 3 times in the last 2. Like, is that it? No. Why would it be in a fucking Target, Ari? God, so stupid.
I mean, I have both of them in my house, and I've like set them. The only thing that changes is the Transformers box is like a little longer. That's the only way that I can tell, like off the bat, because the color palette is exactly the same. So silly.
Yeah, I had a couple of those on order, and I canceled the Amazon order because I thought to myself, 105 is a lot for this 2-pack, and I would like to take the risk that it will be $70 in 3 to 6 months. And so I'm playing that game.
It might be.
I might get bit, but I'm glad you have it.
They're
and that you
making
like it.
a lot more of those. Like they're not like they haven't even finished making them, so they're still coming. All right, Christian.
There's still plenty of containers to be lost at sea.
Oh,
is what you're saying.
Yeah, Christian, do you have a round 2?
I do. I got the Flame Toys Rhombus kit.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
So this will go with my Drift and my Megatron that I already have. Plus, I've gotten a couple others as they've gone on sale or whatever over time. I'm hoping they've improved a bit because this is the first new mold they've had in over a year and a half, almost 2 years. So I'm hoping they've improved. Basically, Drift was an absolute nightmare to build. Megatron was kind of okay, but they've never been like fun builds. Like, Paul, you know I collect the Evangelion kits. Those are fun builds, generally speaking. These are arduous, so I'm hoping they've improved a bit.
There's
but even if
always
they haven't,
one step that takes half an hour to get.
yes.
And it's like the
Even if they
torso.
haven't,
It's like something really important.
it looks like the most convincing version of More Than Meets the Eye and Lost Light Rodimus that we've ever gotten, and I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, that toy's awesome. I'm
hoping I can
I need to put mine together.
put them together next week.
Yeah, I was hoping to do the same thing, but I still have Megatron and Devastator to do. So like, I really have been slipping.
Megatron is well worth the build. Drift looks good, but God, at what cost?
How many of those kits have you put together, Paul?
Maybe 4.
I feel like I got one of those kits and I was like, you know what? I'm never going to put this together. So I sold it to Anna.
Oh,
and
perfect.
I can't remember. Did she actually put it together?
Which one did you sell her?
I'll have to ask her. I think I sold her the Starscream one.
Oh, that belongs to me now.
You belong to me now.
There you go.
It's like the
We
legend of the
like to
yellow
rotate
Optimus.
toys among right.
She
Or
did
the,
pull it out of
laser
the
prime.
shrink wrap. She did pull out of the shrink wrap, and then I got it. Yeah, I did just order the Acid Storm because, man, that color palette looked really cool.
Certainly does.
There you go.
Certainly looks
I was
crazy
like,
awesome.
he's never looked like this before, so why not? I'll grab it.
I really am. I wish they would make a G1 Acid Storm, like a G1 reissue throwback or something, like Sunstorm.
Yeah, they could definitely use a G1 Seeker mold. They've got the stylized one that they've been using, and it's an okay build. Like, all of the builds are just okay, except Megatron. But, yeah, they did a classic one. Like, they did the animation accurate Optimus as opposed to, like, the IDW stylized Optimus, or the IDW one, or the stylized Optimus. There's 3 of them now. And the cartoon accurate Optimus was pretty good. I like that one.
I think that's actually where where I stopped. I was like, I don't want to build Optimus again. Even though it's a totally different guy. I was just like, what am I doing?
So I'm hoping this hot rod's pretty cool. We'll find out.
Maybe we can build it at the same time. And like text
Oh.
each other.
Yeah.
That'd be cute.
Wouldn't it?
Could be your holiday project.
Yeah.
I picture it being like, what is it? Ghost? With the pottery, you know, with the spinning, but like you're assembling the kit.
Paul, can we ghost this? Can we build this kit together as Ghost?
I'd rather not.
We have to take turns being Swayze, though.
Like we can do different.
But then Lucas shows up and he has his crumpled Ghostbusters package and he's like, "Look at this!
This is your fault." All right. Round 3. Usually we go 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Well, how about this thing?
Can't see that thing.
It's Black Zarek."
This is a Black Zarek.
Wow.
Coming to your town.
Look at you.
It's
Gonna
so
get
big that
down.
Paul himself is fading into the background. That is also Black Zarek.
Yeah, I think this is the trouble.
Sex
Of course,
robot,
on the
sex
actual
robot.
video, he doesn't have the background, but
Yes, on YouTube you can see Paul just fine. For our Skype convo, we cannot see him.
So in the YouTube video, they see him just like trying to maneuver around the toy in weird and awkward ways so that he can appear to us in a way that they can't see.
Sex robot, sex robot,
Very meta.
sex robot, sex robot.
Coming to your town.
All
Do
right,
you
well,
want to get down?
We know how Paul's oofing
What
later,
does he want?
What do you want?
Never mind. I'm not going to repeat the next line. Anyways, this thing is awesome. I have not messed with Scorponok like in person. This is the first time I've opened a Titan in a good long time. I haven't opened Omega Supreme. I think the last one I opened was Fort Max, actually. Anyways, so this was fun. It was fun to get this today. And, like, I cannot believe how big this spear is. Like, it's kind of... Like, my daughter could use this as a magic wand or something. It's that big. It's huge. It's
or something. Huh?
It's a toddler-sized spear.
Don't give kids named Asuka spears that they can use. That's a bad plan.
I love the head. I mean, I haven't really messed with him, but I always wanted this. I love the head. I love Zara.
Well,
So
Phil's already
Phil,
been kicked out of
Phil
his
came
wife's
back.
birthday.
yeah,
That was fast.
yeah. See ya.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling happy.
We
Made some
you came back.
margaritas. They're yummy.
margarita. Since you left.
No, I was drinking it earlier and I
Oh.
finished it since I left.
It's like,
So
that's
Paul,
a lot of alcohol.
why isn't this round a blaster toy?
What? Oh, because I didn't
Why
get it.
you didn't get it?
Nope.
Can I share the story, Paul, about you in Blaster?
I don't think I'm part of that story.
You are part of that story.
I have a blaster story. Are you thinking of me?
No, I've got a Blaster story with Paul because Paul posted in our
Oh,
local
yeah. I asked.
Facebook group.
Yeah, I asked. You know what? Let's keep internet things in their own corner of the internet.
Uh-oh.
Basically, he asked if someone had found a blaster, and some dude said, like, hey, why don't you go look for it on eBay, like you told me to when I was looking for a toy a couple months ago.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I sort of remember that interaction. And I'm like, do I remember it enough to agree that that happened? And I was like, oh, yeah, it did.
So I came on just to share that story. So,
Strong word.
yeah.
we're just gonna have Phil
It
like
was good
pop on,
advice.
like
You
about
can't-
every 20 minutes.
You can't say it was bad advice.
I'm just going to make the occasional cameo.
Nice.
Yeah. So, all right. With that, I'll go back to making a Irish cream tiramisu. And you
Ooh,
gentlemen
that
have
sounds
a...
good.
does sound
Ooh, that's what I'm making.
You got a recipe for
Can we
that?
come over?
You gonna send that?
I mean, if you get a negative COVID test and you want to drive up to Chicagoland, go for it.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. So yeah, I'll shoot out the recipe. It's a British one, so you got to use grams and use like a measuring thing to scale.
Ah,
I only
Oh,
use
God.
freedom units.
Yeah, but the cool thing is like my wife got me a food scale several years ago as a Christmas gift, and I rarely use it for food, but it's great for weighing packages for shipping stuff.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say weed. I would.
yeah, I thought you were
No.
gonna go that way too.
No, I'm a nerd and don't mess with it. I just drink moderately, so not even heavily because I'm a nerd. So yeah. All right, gentlemen. Good evening.
See you, Phil.
Bye, Phil.
Bye, Phil.
Bye, Phil.
Wow, this is kind of cool. Like, I have not... This is like a whole new world playing with this
So
toy.
I'm curious, can you take that and put that toy up on camera again, Paul? Is Eric?
It's already...
Oh.
That time has come and gone. Instead, I have the pirate.
It was there.
The
Over
head.
there.
Well,
Yeah, so what's
I
this
was just
dude's
curious,
name?
like the main body, how much remolding there was. If it's the same,
Yeah, I'll check it out in a sec.
if it's the same mold, like because the head's obviously different. But I was
Yeah,
curious if the body was different too.
it's basically the head is different, and then the head's like the robot mode's chest is different, but otherwise it's
Mhm.
the same.
And it has the spear.
Got it.
And he has a spear.
The spear
Yeah,
is like
Yeah, right,
insane.
right.
yeah, but the actual body is
I don't think it's that different, is it?
no, it's identical.
Okay.
There's
Man,
like no other molding changes besides the head.
I don't.
that I'm-
I don't know if like Black Zarek's character model had this teal on it, but man, it looks awesome. Like when you open
Yeah,
up the
can't
box,
see
it's
it,
like
Paul.
holy shit.
Can't
we can't see it.
Well, turn on. There's a you have a thing called a browser, and it has a thing called YouTube in it. And you
Well,
can
I'm
see
paying
it.
attention to you on Skype because that is
I know.
that is the mode of communication
Well-
you've chosen to record this production. So
The other trouble, Paul, is that like the YouTube stream is just a little bit delayed,
Right.
so it's
I
about
know.
a minute
Yeah,
behind.
I
So
know.
when you're talking about the teal, it's like you got to wait for a minute for it to show
Can
up
you see-
here.
Can you see it now?
I can,
Ish.
yeah.
ish.
It doesn't. I don't think the camera really does the color gamut justice. It's one of those like really bright.
But I see the teal. The teal looks good.
Yeah.
So
Sharp.
so one thing I'll say is
Contrast
I
is
think
great.
that Scorponok is by far and away the best Titan mold that they've done. Like
Agreed.
it's not even close. And so I think getting this as a Black Zarek I think is absolutely a treat.
Yeah, it's so
Yes,
big and
more
chunky.
Titan repaints.
Damn.
Hey, we're getting that
Yeah.
Guardian robot later.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's true. You know, it only took Hasbro like 10 years to start doing repaints of their Titan class figures here. I guess they had the Fort Max and Grand Max, but
Yeah, but
Grand
that's,
Max is
that's just
great.
Japan, you know.
yeah, right.
I really love little Zarek that comes with him. This is a great figure.
Yeah, he's great.
Mhm.
Looks really good.
I don't know what the
No.
X on his chest really means because I haven't watched Zone, or I don't speak Japanese, but I've read the synopsis.
It's from Master Force, not Zone.
Yeah,
But he
Head-
had-
no, he's from
okay,
Headmasters.
there you go. Well,
See, you know, when Peter would be on the show,
He
he
would
would
know
give us a
exactly.
whole
Peter Griffin.
synopsis and all
He
that
said
kind of
he's
thing,
in the
right?
audience. He's
But
gonna
he
murder me.
wouldn't be all condescending about it, Christian, like how you are.
Yeah, that's why he's better than I am.
he's Rise of the Best.
I like how the entire podcast is in agreement. At that point. Everyone's like, "Yeah, you're right."
That's why Christian calls himself Discount Destron, right?
Discount Destron. Got his full price for him.
That's
Then
great.
you get me.
Rise of the Bestrons.
Thumbs down.
Pretty good, especially once I make my song with Dave Grohl.
So the thing I'm curious about on this black Zarek, like once it actually comes in stock at Hasbro, I'm curious how like will it go back into, or can you buy it right now from Hasbro Pulse, or is it sold out?
I don't know why it would be sold out. I mean, unless they made them to
Oh.
order. It's a Generation Selects toy, and it was available.
I have no idea.
It was available just like any other Generation Selects toy. So I don't know.
So
I don't
will
think
it
they're
actually
gonna
be
rare.
easier to get? Will it be easier to get Black Zarek than it will be to get Scorponok? Because I feel like Scorponok was kind of hard to find.
Scorponok was a mess. That was like one of the first. God, what caused that? I don't remember. I think is that 2019?
That was 2020.
Yeah, it was a mess. Like, their second run of them took another year to get made, and it might have something to do with why this got made. You know, because like we have to run that mold.
Yeah,
again.
if it's around, yeah, run it.
Right.
I think they just killed it with this. I mean, if you're a Transformers fan, I feel like you need that. Like, I am now starting a Black Zarek collection, which is a really bad thing. I've always wanted that. I've always wanted the original toy. So now I gotta find one someday. It's gonna be like stupid money.
Pay with Bitcoin.
Always an option.
Yep. for you, Crypto Man.
Yeah.
Anywho,
It's
Black
really
Zurek
cool.
was
Get
great.
it. Check it out. If you know, I'm into
It's
it.
still on pre-order on Pulse. I'm waiting for my GameStop pre-order to fulfill.
Yeah.
But I'm very jealous. Hopefully this opens up weird redecos like Gigastorm or things like that. I'd love to see them rerun the Trypticon mold somehow.
Do you remember like rumors last year that the Titan class was dead? Did you guys catch
Yes.
wind of that? Well,
I see
I was
rumors
like, why would
all
this
the
even be a
time.
thing?
where did
and
that
they're
one come
always
from? It
suck.
was wrong. Like no one. I just want to point out when rumors are wrong because someone needs to feel bad for being.
We're Transformers fans. We feel bad.
Well, luckily, it
All
seems
the
like the
time.
ARC is selling very well. So
Yeah. Well, they did discount it to like what, $90 or
$100, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's a good discount.
Of course, it would be one of those things like all of it, where a year from now it'll be crazy, stupid expensive. It's like those Fort Maxes that were going for $40 at Ollie's and whatnot. Now, how much is Fort Max?
10, 20 times that, depending on who you ask.
Did you think it was always going to be worth $40? Everybody?
No,
Like,
no. But I don't necessarily know. I thought it was going to be worth $300.
It's hard to play the game.
I just wish there was an Ollie's near me. There is not.
Same here.
This stuff used to show up in TJ Maxx Marshalls. Now it's Ollie's. So I don't know how
Yeah.
that relationship got forged, but man,
Oh, it's because the Ollie's warehouse is 30 miles down the interstate from Hasbro's warehouse in Pennsylvania.
no one asked you discount Destron. No one asked you.
You said you wondered. I told you. Accept the information.
Man,
I'm sorry.
Put it into
Christian's
your brain.
fighting back tonight.
I appreciate the information. Yes.
I think
That
I might need
makes-
to give you the big oof on that one, Ari.
I mean, I deserve it. I deserve lots of oofs. My whole life.
I love the big oof. Usually we talk about it for things that cost a lot of money, but today we're doing it for zingers against other human beings live on YouTube. Ari, it is your turn. Did you have a third round?
I do. I have Tigatron. He's very nice. Look at that Tigatron. I have a second one that is mint and sealed box. Thank you very much for asking. The box, however, not mint. So, I have Tigatron. He is great. My 4-year-old.
Looks like he has some smoke damage already.
This is just how he comes. It's really weird. It's
is
like he's
weird.
just bad. He's just bad at wiping. I think that's the issue.
What a bad
and-
choice, right?
Uh,
Wasn't that an awful idea?
That's a
They should not have
weird-
made this choice.
Why
Not-
did
not
they do
great.
that?
But my 4-year-old, she turns 4 next week. She picked up on the fact that this turns into an adorable cat, and so I feel like now that it is a cat, if I transform it back to a robot, something inside her will psychically know that it has happened, and she will wake up and start screaming at me to turn it back into the adorable cat. So I'm never transforming this back into the robot again. Yeah, he's great. He's a really nice toy. Very intuitive, easy to transform. Not sure I needed the instructions to do it, but I did it with her. And so she wanted to see the instructions, which are an essential accessory to any complete figure. So that's the story with Tigatron.
Question for you on that. So did you have Cheetor?
Yeah.
So like, what are the differences there? Like, is it just blown up toy, or is it an all new mold, or what?
I mean, it's blown up a little bit. I honestly don't remember the Cheetor toy all that much. It was forgettable and is now lying in a corner somewhere. But from what I recall, there are similarities, but there are also major differences, which is both specific enough to answer your question, but vague enough to leave people wondering what the fuck I'm talking about. So I'll leave it there.
Could I interject here? Because I have both as well.
Please, someone who knows what they're talking about.
The legs are pretty much the same. The chest, the robot chest area is a lot bulkier and a lot different.
So
But generally, they're pretty similar.
So it's very similar to what they did with the Masterpiece toys.
Explain.
Like Cheetor came out, and then Tigatron came out, and a lot of people were like, it's just a exploded up Cheetor, but it was like completely built from the ground up. It had some similarities because they're both cats, but like they are very different toys.
I wouldn't say it's as extreme as that.
Okay.
Clearly, they share design inspiration and engineering inspiration.
Yeah. Glad to see he's out.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I was surprised to see him out too. And I got him with Galvatron. There was like there were, I don't know, 30 Beast Wars Megatrons and like one Galvatron. And it was on sale for $35. Probably the same sale. That was like $14 for the deluxes. It's what is that, 30% off? So
yeah, from what I saw today, it's store by store at this point. It's not like a nationwide sale.
Yeah.
It's like a clearance sale. Optional.
I would do that, but I don't know that I want to brave the stores now just to hunt that down.
Oh no, I wouldn't hunt it. I was just pleasantly surprised to arrive at the self checkout and see that it rang up for 35 instead of 50. I did not expect that. There was no signage to indicate that there was some 30% off sale.
Ari, can I do a one up on that a little bit?
No, but proceed.
Please. So I was at Walgreens the other day getting something, and then I saw some toys, and I was like, "Oh, Nova, cool." And that's a Marvel Legend that's at Walgreens. And then I'm like, "Who's this guy with the cape?" "Oh, this is Quasar." "Oh, whoa, this is new, isn't it? This is brand new.
Yeah.
Holy shit!" And so I grabbed a few of each of them, and then went up to the counter, and I paid for them. And I think I had 5 total toys out of like the 10 that were there. And it rang up, all 5 of them, for $11. Total.
This is like that's my New York experience. Okay, I see why you told that story. Because I used to live in Manhattan, and there's like a high density of Duane Reade's, which was acquired by Walgreens, so that it's the same. It's basically a lot of Walgreens. Every like 5 blocks, there's like one of these pharmacies. And since there's so many, you'd be able to just cover a lot of ground. If you're like, I'm just going to walk around and visit like Duane Reade's or Walgreens, you could hit like 10 by walking around for an hour. And so they have these crazy clearance sales because the planograms are so small, because they're smaller Manhattan stores. And every like couple months, there'd be either the Star Wars Black Series or the Marvel Legends or the Transformers would just be on sale for 90% off because they're trying to clear the planograms.
Crazy.
And so then that's when the harvest begins, and you just spread out and you find out all the stores that are selling them, they're clearancing them for $2, and it's very obvious. And oftentimes you're able to go back, like return the things at full price and then say, but I want to get the discount, so can you sell it back to me? And they'd be like, yeah, because they don't pay their workers anything and they don't give a shit. So anyway, that was the strategy when I still lived in Manhattan. So that story speaks very much to my lived experience, and also the darker side of my humanity, which is black and soulless. So thank you for sharing.
Well, yeah, I guess the point is like that super clearance sale is like store by store. Just like I was saying with
100%.
Target.
Right.
So I was just like, oh my God, because they were ringing up as Mr. Fantastic, and I think they were ringing up for like $2 a piece or something. So.
Yeah, Walgreens, their SKU system is fucked. All the Marvel Legends are Mr. Fantastic as far as they're concerned.
All right, well, is that leave Christian?
What about me?
Lucas.
Sorry.
So, I guess for my last round, I have not opened it either. This also is mint and sealed box. But this is the new Transformers deck building game that came out. So I really enjoyed the old card game that they had. And I would play with some other people in Kansas City and whatnot and collect all the cards, but that game ended. So this is the new one. And we'll see how it works out here. But what's funny is they actually had a promo. Like if you ordered it like within a certain amount of time, you got like a promo pack with these, right? But when they shipped these out, I guess number one, they lost the tracking for these. So they were just like, well, get this like within a couple weeks, like email us back and we'll ship you out a new one. And then when they shipped out the promo packs, they accidentally sent out straight cases of the promo packs to people. So like say if everyone was supposed to get it, like only a small percentage or whatever. So like all these people are getting straight cases of these promo packs. So I was not one of those individuals. So I'm still waiting on my promo pack to come. They sent me a thing and said that it's actually in the mail now. But I'm excited to play this with my kid over the holidays because we like games and whatnot, board games in our household. And, of course, we like Transformers. So there we are.
So
Question.
Yeah, I have a bunch too, but go ahead, Ari.
So when you deck building game, does that mean it's like Dominion? That's the main deck building game I'm familiar with.
Sure. I don't know. I have no idea. I have not... Like I'm gonna have to open this up and pull out the instructions. I have not done any research on this.
So you just you dove right in.
Dove right in.
I mean, I'm not quite to the level that you guys are, where it's like, oh hey, it's Transformers, I have to just buy it. But like, I mean, I'm not that far off either. So
no. I guess I don't know what a deck building game is, other than like either. Magic or.
So when they say things? Deck building. It could mean a couple different things. It could mean like a Magic, a Pokemon, a Yu-Gi-Oh, but they typically aren't referred to as deck building games. There's trading card games for like a deck building game like Dominion. It's and this is going to sound weird, convoluted, and confusing potentially. Like you have a bunch of like little stacks of different cards, and each turn you like pick one of those cards and you build the deck as part of the game playing process. And so like you're strategizing around what kind of cards you want in your deck. You're trying to build an engine with like the allotment of cards that you are allowed to pick for your deck as you're building your deck every turn. And then you like play those cards as part of your thing. So it's a little different, and I'm so unfamiliar with this. I feel like I may have led many people astray by commenting on it without understanding it. I'm going to look it up because I'm very curious
what
now.
You just described reminds me of Hearthstone Battlegrounds, where like you don't have a deck. There is like a super pool, but like your deck is built randomly as you play.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. That's not a
physical version.
It sounds like a cousin of the concept that I was talking about. Definitely related.
Well, Lucas, I think you need to play the game and report back to us because I just have no concept of what that was. And I was like, wasn't the last game you built decks? Like, I'm confused.
Well, so the last game, I mean, you would buy packs of these cards, and then you would build your deck that way, and build different decks and whatnot. This is like a full game, like when you buy it, and then I think it's going to have expansion sets that come out as well, like in the future. But like everything, it's what like the last fun. One. In order to get like the last card game, like you'd have to chase packs, so you'd have to buy like cases upon cases to get some of the super rares. Like this, like all the cards come in the set. You don't have to worry about chasing down certain cards.
It's not a It's not a collectible card game. It is completely different.
It depends what kind of game it is, or what kind of deck building game it is. But I'm just confirming that deck building game is a game where the deck construction is the main element of the game. So what I was describing before is essentially how this one would function.
Okay.
I was correct.
I'd love to check it
out. I'll have to report back, next week and whatnot. I'll have to open it up and play it over Christmas with my kids.
Yeah. They're typically fun games. So hopefully no one cries. Or at least if someone's crying, it's your kids because you made them cry because you won and kicked their butt so bad.
No, I tell you what, my kids like pick up a lot of those games pretty quick. Like there's a couple games I get where they just crush me because they like understand the rules and they're sitting there, like bam, 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 and I just can't keep up.
Old man Lucas can't keep up.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly.
I feel ya.
That's cool that they're picking up on those complex games so quick, though. That's cool. Well,
Christian?
Yeah, Christian.
Yeah, so my last round was a smaller OOF than it would have been a month ago, 2 months ago. But as a representative, I got the Beast Wars reissue Megatron, Rat Trap, and Cheetor. I'm just showing Megatron though. I did buy Primal for full price several months ago because I collect that mold, and Primal means a lot to me because I had him growing up. But I didn't have this one, and I didn't have Cheetor, and I did not have Rat Trap. So I grabbed them when Walmart started putting them on clearance last week, and I'm happy that they're here because I did not have the originals. The new old packaging is really cool looking. They did arbitrarily change some of the toy colors, which is odd.
Well,
particularly for Megatron, they got rid of his silver helmet, and it's now just a black helmet. That's not great. But
well, I mean,
the other ones are pretty good.
Reissues, this is like maybe your first foray into like shit you grow up with being reissued, for the first time. They kind of have to change.
Have a foot in the door G1, so I know.
Yeah, but this is like something you kind of care about, like you felt more.
Sure.
Personal.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I don't have an affinity to Beast Wars at all, so like anything is beyond my own experience. I just thought it was crazy that these got discounted.
And they keep going down. I actually need to talk to Walmart and see if they will do a price adjustment for me because I paid about twice as much for them as they are right now.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah, big time. So
I don't regret it though. I mean, I paid $25 for Megatron and like $11 for Cheetor and $10 for Rat Trap. So I was happy to pay those prices rather than like $20 for Cheetor and $20 for Rat Trap.
I'm curious if they're actually going to continue with the Beast Wars with Walmart with the reissues because
Scorponok and Tigatron are out in Asia now, so I guess they'll make it here.
Yeah, those will.
Yeah,
I
would assume those would, but like I feel like the G1 reissues, like there's been a handful that have like clearanced, and then there's been other ones that were like pretty. Got scooped up pretty quick.
Well, what went really well was the vintage
Headmaster
things. Mindwipe actually came back into stock for clearance price last week, and I grabbed him when I grabbed this order. So
Nice.
that was cool. But yeah, those sold really well. I'd like to see something more like that.
I mean, the clearance prices tend to be retailer specific rather than an indication. They're not necessarily an indication that the line isn't performing. Like if you recall how all of the movie masterpieces at Target went on clearance immediately after they got in stock, that wasn't anything to do with the fact that they weren't selling. It just had to do with the way that Target's system allocated things for clearance. And so long as they're like getting good throughput with the units and they're flying off the shelves, I think there's a reasonable likelihood to expect more reissues, but ultimately it depends on how good the Hasbro sellers or salespeople do at convincing the Walmart buyers that there ought to be more of these. But I wouldn't take the clearance as an indication that we won't see more.
That's a good point. Thank you for that levity.
You're welcome.
I would like to use this opportunity to put something out into the universe that I'd really like to see out of the Beast Wars reissue.
Is this your
line.
Christmas wish?
This is my Christmas
your
wish.
OOOFMAS wish? Maybe we can all get an OOOFMAS wish for 2022.
So, in the Beast Wars reissue line, they are arbitrarily changing colors on these things for no reason. But what if they use that arbitrary color changing to finally put out into the world the green Ramulus? It doesn't even have to be vac metal. It could just be green and shiny, but we don't need vac metal in this day and age. But green Ramulus, that's what I want.
They would, if they did that, they would. Here's the thing with reissues, and this is what I was trying to get to with the Megatron, but I lost my point. They have to make arbitrary changes. You don't want an exact replica of the old one. They usually can't even do it if they tried. But like those little changes identify the reissue.
Sure.
Because people still want and it makes the vintage one still like, hey, this is the one that if you like the toy, this is the way it is.
Right. It's how we got those couple not quite lucky draws in a row a couple years ago.
Right. I mean,
same stuff.
If I had gotten a hold of one of those lucky draws at some point and they were like, hey, we're just going to make this mass production, I would have been like, bad things are about to happen. Like this, you lied to me. But it was cool that they came out to some, they made drastic changes to the decos because you just don't want to get confused.
Green Ramulus.
There's so many.
Give it to me. Put it in my hand.
Do you hear those bells? I think it's Santa coming to make your dream come true.
Santa?
Oh my God!
Where'd he go?
He disappeared.
It was a warm up. It's the 23rd. He'll be around tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is the test run. To make
It was
sure
a dry run, yeah.
Come on, elves! We're making green Ramuluses this year.
That was a really good Santa voice.
No, was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Did Phil hop on real quick to say something? Man, that really sounded like Santa.
Phil says Ari is speaking a different language.
It's true. I am definitely on a different plane right now.
Not English. Let's see. What's my OOFMAS wish? More Masterpiece, please. I want to see more Masterpiece in 2022.
What kind? What kind of Masterpiece? Masterpiece General? Or are you thinking movie Masterpiece, Beast Wars Masterpiece, G1 Masterpiece?
Any of it. This is always such a mystery. Like, it's hard to know what's coming with Takara. And we know that there are a few releases we already know are coming that have been promoted, sold, pre-ordered, and all that stuff. But there's some that we've seen that we haven't heard a peep of, like the Cliff Jumper is specifically what I'm talking about.
That's such a weird toy. Like, there's been no mention of it, and it like keeps showing up randomly from somebody in Asia or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing.
I mean, those wouldn't exist if they weren't making it. Like, they're making that toy.
Right.
But I guess I'd like to see something, something new, some new announcements beyond just train bots for the rest of, the century.
Yeah.
What's your problem with trains? Huh?
Nothing. They're going to release them once every year?
You just don't like the most efficient mode of ground transportation that exists, Paul? Huh? Is that what it is?
I love trends. Just like I love
trains.
Snacks.
Trains. Not trends. Anyway. OOFMAS wish. Something that will certainly not happen and would be some kind of Christmas miracle, which, to me would be antithetical to my entire religion, but I'll take it. If they made 3-0 made their DLX Shatter and Dropkick, which I've been hoping that they would make forever, and they haven't, because for whatever reason they decided to pivot to other ancillary characters in the Bumblebee movie like RC. But all we got is Blitzwing, Bumblebee, and Optimus. And I'd like to get the other two bots who are part of the main cast and the two Decepticons that appear the entire time. And also, here's a rant coming, they could easily do 2 versions of each and sell them twice to all collectors who want them because they have 2 ultimate modes with different kibble. What the fuck, 3-0? Get it together. Something more realistic that could happen is I want to see Deathsaurus in the Generations line as a HasLab or otherwise. That's all I really want right now out of the Generations line is a nice Deathsaurus to be cool and imposing and have a nonsensical Japanese name. That's it.
That'd be nice.
Illmatic Prime has an amazing burn on Lucas. We will see how many times Lucas says "and whatnot" in 2022. Lol, just messing with you, bro.
I appreciate you reading that out, Paul.
Well, it was already on the
thank
screen.
you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, right, but
Listen, I love Lucasisms. I love it. My favorite is
There you
hi. That's mine.
That's a good one.
I also
That's a
like
good one.
extra garbage. It's good.
There you go.
And whatnot.
So my
What's your wish, Lucas?
OOFMAS wish is I wish that we would get all of the tapes and that they would actually be made well, like in the Generations line, they would all be made well, and a consistent like style and scale and all that and whatnot.
In what,
Yeah.
in what
Great
line?
Wish.
In what line are you talking?
In Generations.
Generations?
So to go along with the blaster and the Soundwave, they redo the tapes they already did that weren't all that great, and they actually give them ball jointed, articulated arms and whatnot.
No, that's a great one. That's actually a really good one. That's
The Good Wish.
Yeah.
I mean, here's my hypothesis, and this would be kind of cruel on Hasbro's part. I really don't see them doing this, but it would be a good move from a money making standpoint. Kingdom Blaster comes with Eject, right? Well, what if Legacy Blaster comes with Rewind?
Oh,
Ooh.
God, that made me feel sick.
Well, it's already coming. It already is coming with like a partial blue, clear.
Yeah, it's already weird.
Right? It's already weird. Like, they're already going to redo it.
So what if they just keep it Eject? Then they don't have to change anything on the box. Well, I mean, it's a totally different box, but it would still be Eject. It would just be not clear in Legacy. Would that be worse than the Rewind, or would that be better?
What's going to happen is they'll release it in some $80 pack that comes with some repaints of other stuff that we don't need.
Well, I thought that Generation Select Spy Patrol was an awesome release.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was cool too. I'm just saying I don't need any of the stuff in there.
More of that.
Well, it's just so cool.
Garboil,
Power
Howlback,
Masters.
Glit, and
Yeah.
Sundor, Rosanna, Clipsides, and whatever.
Sure.
I'm just gonna keep naming them until you stop me.
There is a listing for Studio Series Rumble. You know that, right? So, like, he's a tape. It's a Studio Series toy, but, like, they might be all interchangeable generations.
So Studio Series 86 Rumble?
Rumble, Ramble, Jimble, Jam.
So, fun story. I was carrying a bunch of packages to the post office the other day. I had like 4 or 5 packages in my hands, and my 4-year-old was accompanying me, and she's like, "Can I carry one of the little ones?" And so she's carrying this little package. I'm carrying like 4 packages, and I'm like, I want to like take someone to take a photo, then compare it to the scene in Transformers the movie where Soundwave is carrying Megatron and Rumble is carrying like the gun. It was like
So great.
That's
be
cute.
like, I had that. This like, all right, she's my cassette. It
That's
brought a
very
whole
cute.
new perspective to my relationship with my children.
It's awesome. Little Cassetticon.
What a good Halloween that would be.
Well, I wonder if is Phil going to return and give us his OOFMAS wish? I would love to hear Rick Alvarez's OOFMAS wish for this year.
That is a great question.
Next year, I'm gonna make everybody like pre-record, and I'm like in front of a fire, and I'm just gonna like, oh, Duran couldn't be here this year, so we're gonna show it, and we'll just like one by one do the OOFs. OOFMAS wish.
That sounds like a lot of effort.
Well, I think
but
that
it
we
sounds
are
awesome.
going to do a show like that here coming up in a couple weeks, because it came up on our best of show, and we're like, oh, we've already gone 2 hours, so we don't need to do that. But I think we're going to talk about upcoming stuff.
The
here.
wishes
oh,
for
look at that.
2022. Yeah, that sounds like a good one.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Santa's back.
things that we want to see. I mean, I just want to see more TFYLP. Can't we get more TFYLP?
Already on 4 nights a week.
I know. I want to see. I was gonna make a joke and I won't. No, God, no. No one wants to see this face that much.
You can have Tuesday.
You
This is why
you couldn't be more wrong,
It's my wife's
Phil.
birthday, and I'm jumping on with you guys. Even my wife doesn't want to see my face this much.
That's
Like
a
she makes
big
me keep the
oof.
beard. The one time I shaved my beard like 8 years ago, she's like, "Don't ever do that again. Keep your beard on. Don't shave your beard. I don't want to see your face."
Wow.
So no. I just I would say, what do I want to see for 2022?
Well,
I want to see.
what is your OOFMAS wish? Let's
Your
phrase it right.
OOFMAS wish.
My OOFMAS wish I didn't think about this. I just heard like Paul saying like, "Hey, I wonder if Phil's still around." I'm like, "Oh, I am. Let me jump on." I didn't think about what I was gonna say.
We could recap ours quick for you if you.
No,
want.
no, I heard you guys. I like Ari's a lot. I really did like Ari's. Lucas's was very good. Christian, what was yours once more?
The Green Ramulus and the reissue
The
Beast
Green
Wars line.
Ramulus. That I can't empathize with. I don't have any knowledge of Green Ramulus. I know Ramulus to a small extent, but I'm not a Beast Wars guy. My OOOFMAS wish. I want to see.
I want Creo to come back.
That'd be fun. No, I want to see teams get finished. Whether it's fans toys, combiners teams, Micromasters teams, I want some teams to get finished. I don't want no half-ass teams. I don't want 2 or 3 Studio Series Dinobots. I want all Studio Series 5 Studio Series Dinobots.
They're coming.
That's you know.
Well, we know some are. There's still some.
We've heard Sludge is kind of in the works, but I don't know if I've heard about Snarl or Swoop. I want swords for my Dinobots.
Sword
so yeah.
Yeah.
I want teams to be completed, Hasbro and Fans Toys and everybody else out there. Finish your teams. Don't stop at.
It's kind of in their best interest not to finish them, at least not in a timely fashion, because it keeps people on the hook.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care if you take forever to do it. Just finish it. When you don't finish it,
I think they have said at some point that the Studio Series Dinobots are all coming.
Yeah, whatever.
It would take forever.
Yeah, don't make like 3-0 and just make Bumblebee, Optimus, and Blitzwing. Don't be a dick, Hasbro.
Don't be a 0.
Yeah.
Be a 0-3-0.
Don't be a Zabro.
Drop
be a
that 0
Hasbro.
and give it to Hero.
3 of them.
Ah, 0-0.
That's a good positive wish, Phil. Thanks for joining
Yeah,
us.
Phil.
You're welcome.
I mean, we can keep.
Still working on that Mizzou.
I think we I don't know, Paul. We've been going for an hour and a half. I think
That's fine.
we've gone 3 rounds.
I got one more really cool thing to show you.
Sure.
Cyberverse Dead End sucks. The warrior class. You want Snarl, but you don't want Dead End. Okay, well, everyone's telling me to turn it off, so I will. But I want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank Phil, Christian, Ari, Lucas, and the whole 10 or 12 people that were watching this on Christmas Eve. Who knew? Festivus up. Big Daddy, Jay Holla, Phil, who's actually here, Rob.
Shout out to Phil.
Peter.
Shout out to Phil.
Illmatic Prime. Someone named Ediril Eviget, which I think we got botted for a second. I think we had like 2 random Russian accounts in here. So, yeah, Mr. Worldwide.
But they count as viewers.
Yep.
Shout out to Russia.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. It was kind of a fun time. Went a little off the rails, not as crazy as it could have gone, but we showed off some good toys tonight. Like we
Hey,
always
these
do.
American guys, they are talking bots. Let us learn about bots from these Americans. These are not the bots I want to learn about.
These aren't the
What are these nerds talking
automatic
about?
bots.
That does happen a lot in my bots group on Facebook.
Does it?
But it really does. It happens pretty regularly.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
Pretty great.
Fun fact.
Pretty great.
What is Lucas, if you wouldn't mind, like what's the schedule going to be for this holiday season? We're doing some pre-records or launching some pre-records for TFYLP.
I believe so. So next week's going to be a pre-record as far as for the main show. I think it may be a pre-record. It just depends on for the week after. We'll see. And then I believe that we'll have microcasters will happen as normal. I believe next week. So I don't know. We'll see. Had to kind of play it by ear because, you know, it's a little bit weird with all the holiday stuff going on.
This is likely my last show for the year, so
There you
peace.
go.
Thanks for watching. It's always a hoot. And that's it.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
See ya.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
night.
thanks, Ari. Thanks for coming, Ari. Check out
Bye,
Sabertron.com.
everybody.
You know you do anyways, so
Twincast Podcast is something to listen to sometimes.
on your podcast place of your choice. See ya.
Indeed.